Now let's look at a market velocity matrix that I've created for you, and we use it at Axia Futures for our new traders that we're looking to start their careers with us. And it's really important that to understand that this is not a gospel market velocity matrix, but more a foundational a foundational matrix for you to really utilize in the development of your own learning, because the markets are evolving, price ladder patterns change in their very nature. But if you start with this matrix, your brain and your mind has the ability to compartmentalize and order what type of patterns and what type of environments are there optimized, and therefore what type of trading strategies to deploy. So it's a high level summary of price ladder patterns, optimal environmental conditions. Like a plant, certain environments result in optimal growing conditions. You know, your water lilies can't grow in the desert. Your cacti plants don't need a rainforest to grow. So really important, if you know what type of optimal price ladder environment in relation to orders and auction activity will determine the type of price ladder patterns that will exist. You're not going to have a powerful momentum price ladder pattern when there is a low velocity environment. It's just like you're not going to have a bushman in the rainforest. You know, it's just not his environment. So important to understand this, and this summary of when these price ladder patterns are going to exist. Remember, you use this matrix as a starting point for defining your price ladder patterns. From this foundational point, you'll discover a universe. Really, I mean, we give you a matrix of, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5x5 type of matrix for you here, but it's really the foundational point for you to discover that universe of price ladder patterns that fits with your evolving risk type, personality, and ladder coordination skills. The more you practice, the more you observe the ladder, the more you journalize at the end of each day, the more you'll start developing this ability to pick up all these various price ladder patterns. And it's your ability to explain velocity, auctioning, and volume on the ladder. The moment you can really look at it from that three-dimensional perspective, you'll be able to really know how to deploy the correct trading strategy. So in the next slide, we'll be just looking at a very quick and brief example of how you'd need to go about learning using this matrix in order to optimize your ability to be able to separate which environments are which. So we'll be looking at that in the next slide when we look at the exercise drill to really finalize this module section to really consolidate your learning.